We certainly are pleased with the performance of this year, in particular our growth, having achieved 25% growth this year. Yes, the organic growth was a bit muted, about 6% as opposed to 9% of last year. But overall, a 25% growth in a tough market is quite pleasing for Dutch IT. Well, we measure our performance against our competitors, looking at the margins that we achieve in business. So our EBITDA margin is sitting at around 20%, and we believe it's quite competitive, in particular because our software business is still showing the value, and that translates obviously to the earnings that we were reporting. The growth of 22% in normalized earnings shows that we certainly are growing in the right direction. So in the market, we believe our business model and the value proposition that it gives to shareholders is still quite relevant. We are seeing some improvement in the South African market. When we spoke last time, we had a 4% growth that was in the interim period. We are now at 6%, so it's a positive movement as opposed to the 9% of last year. So we're expecting an improvement in the current financial year because some of the investments that we've made in opportunities are coming through. So we're expecting much higher growth than we had last year. So even though the market is not as improved as we would like it to be, we are expecting to grow quite effective. We've seen growth in our local market. Our local market now contributes around 76%, with the rest being outside of South Africa. We expect that we have 14% of our revenues coming from the rest of Africa. We expect to increase that because we've certainly improved our strategy for the growth in the Africa market. But we also then looking at the rest of the world as a strategy, both for an organic growth, from an organic growth perspective, and through acquisitions. So in the future, we expect to grow the rest of the world business over and above what activity we're doing in the South African market. Well, the South African market remains a challenging market, but I believe our strategy of ensuring that we're not only looking at organic growth, we supplementing that with acquisitive growth will remain quite a competitive strategy for growth. We've seen that in the last 5 years, and we continue to grow. Our compound annual growth is sitting at around 35%, and that's a function of a sound strategy that we continue to implement in line with our 2020 target. We're building a business that will be 3 billion in turnover by 2020, and we are on track at 1 billion rand turnover, close to 1 billion. We believe we're on track.